Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm Maria. I'm your dog trainer, your dog advocate, and the host of this podcast. And with me today, I have David. He's out of LA, California. And David, the name of your company is Rodent Stop. And I have so many questions for you, but just some basic questions. Like I know I went on your website and I saw the video. It's like a little cartoon video, but of you and your father started this company. And tell me a little bit about your background, your dad, how and why he started it, that type of thing.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me, first of all.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. And so me and my dad started this company like 20 years ago. I came from a background of construction. He came from a background of like chemistry. He's like
Oh,
a
wow.
chemist. Yeah.
He's got that kind of brain.
Yeah, he's got that kind of brain. So he's the one who invented the rodent control spray, which is the pheromone neutralizer.
Yeah.
He invented that with, no chemicals. It's completely organic,
Hmm.
and it's not to kill them. It's just to get rid of their scent of direction.
Hmm.
So what we generally do is like that's like the heart of our treatment is getting rid of their scent, because we know as long as the scent is there, you're not going to be able to you're not going to be able to win this war.
Hmm.
And so, because they get very, very aggressive. Like, if there's a lot of urine up in the attic, for example, urine droppings, that's going to make them very aggressive. And so, there's a lot of cases where people will seal their home, and, there's still a lot of stuff in the attic, odors, and the rats will just chew through whatever they fixed. Metal, they can bite through metal, plastic, concrete, wood, no problem.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. So it's
Yeah.
really just the level of the attracting, and that kind of um that kind of affects their aggression.
Yeah, it makes sense because, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, they even have perfumes for humans that are supposedly like pheromone based and that type of thing to attract and that and all that. So, and I also know like for behavior, we'll have things that you plug in that will have pheromones if you're having stress or anxiety with your dog, or if it's a cat and you're maybe having intercat aggression at home and they're
Yeah.
like, here, plug this in, that type of thing. And it does help in a lot of cases with behavior modification. But so I found that interesting because I watched a couple of your videos and I was like, oh, that's so interesting that the focus is on the pheromones, because I'm like, okay, it's natural. Is it some kind of proprietary blend of something? And then I started researching and it's not. So okay, so what was your, I mean, your dad's a chemist, right? And what was he doing before he was like, what made him decide to be like, you know what? I'm making this chemical, natural chemical to get rid of these
Non-chemical.
rats. Non-chemical, this deterrent,
Yeah.
this pheromone,
Yeah. I
deterrent
mean,
for these rats.
all it's really got in it is things that rats don't like.
Hmm.
Peppermint and um different organic things, plants, but really, it's like I said, a lot of people are setting traps and doing all these things to try to kill all these rats,
Right.
and there's millions and millions and millions of rats.
I know.
Nobody's gonna win the war against rats,
No.
and so. People are like, yeah, I keep catching them. I keep catching them. And it's like, yeah, keep setting traps. You're going to keep catching them because they're
Right.
hungry. They're going for the bait. It's
Right.
not that hard. And so,
That's always been my argument. Yeah.
yeah, so it's one thing that we're completely pet friendly because we never use
Right.
chemicals or poison or anything in our treatments.
Yeah.
But um, in the end of the day, the number one thing, even with our spray, we can, like, even if somebody got a hold of my spray, you still have to apply the other few things. So when you
Right.
apply the few things like sealing entry points or
Hmm.
cleanup, things like that, with the spray, you have a very, very good chance of stopping the problem.
Right.
And
Yeah. It's very interesting. Yeah, like you have to do everything. You have to look at like the whole picture.
yes, absolutely. Because if you get rid of the scent, okay, great, and you don't seal the holes, then what? If you seal the holes and you don't set traps to get anything that's left behind, then what?
Yeah.
So there's just a number of things, and you have to do it in the right order.
Mhm.
um and you'll be able to succeed definitely getting rid of this problem, because I don't know if you know, but the rodent issue has gotten really bad across the USA in the last
Oh,
10 years.
I have
In the
stories
last
for
2
you.
years, even worse.
Yeah.
COVID was a big turning point, because a lot of people were home, and a lot of people all of a sudden start realizing activity.
Yeah.
So yeah, it got really, really crazy after the whole COVID and the people staying home,
Yeah.
and then
Same.
yeah,
I mean, it's like I have to. I mean, I got so many stories for you. It's crazy because I'm like, wait a second. This is a huge problem here too. Again, COVID, people staying home, but also what happened here. I don't know about out there, but the real estate here, all of a sudden during COVID, everybody was like, "Oh, let's move to Florida from like the tri-state area, up like New
right.
York, New Jersey, Connecticut," and I'm like, what the hell? So they start building like crazy here. I moved here about 10 years ago to this part of Florida, and I was like, all of a sudden, construction and houses, but so that means they're clearing lots. And where are all those animals going to go? They are going to be displaced. And they also, at the same time, in their brilliancy in this county, said, you know what? You live in Florida. We're clearing land. We're building more houses. More people are coming in. We're going to go to once a week of trash pickup also. And it's like, what? And so the rat problem here, and they talk about it on the news, and I'm like, you guys created it, and now what are we going to do about it? So that's a huge problem here in this county in particular, but also in Florida. It's like Jurassic Park in Florida. So,
Yeah,
it's like everything.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if you're curious about who has rats and why.
Oh yeah, let's tell the people. Come on, let's talk about it. Let's get
All right.
into this whole thing.
So the number one thing attracting rats is usually dogs.
And yes, that I found interesting too. Please
Yes.
tell.
And talking from a biology perspective, dogs and rats are very, very similar. They have
Mhm.
about 30 similarities, not just being born mammals, not
Right.
just both being born pink and then growing fur, but just
Hmm.
so many things from their digestive system, their brains, just their scent. They both, live on scent. Like there's just
Yeah.
so many. It's almost like the same animal. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And so, and they're both very smart, like your dog,
Super.
super. And so this is the thing with dogs and rats, is that dogs pee in the yard
Hmm.
and rats smell that for 3 miles.
Hmm.
They come, they'll feed up the poop for a while, and then they're looking for the source, which is the dog food, which is usually in the
Yeah.
attic, in the pantry or the garage or somewhere
Sure.
hidden. And so the number one thing is that I always tell people with dogs is clean up after your dog more regularly.
Yes.
Okay. But more important than that, I always tell people with dogs, if you have a dog, make sure your house is sealed. Because if not, it's just a matter of time before they come.
Yeah.
It's really that simple.
Hmm.
And literally 90% of my clients are dog owners, and the other 10% are next door neighbors to these dog owners.
Yeah.
So it's just like a neighborhood, and they hear and they go on the wires and they
Yep.
move from house to attic to
Yep.
attic,
Yeah. They
building
make the rounds.
communities,
Yeah, that's right.
building communities under our noses.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It's crazy. Like I mean, so my partner was like, we have grills, like whatever. We have 3 grills right now, but I think we had like 4 or 5, all different types. The smoker, the electric, the gas, the wood, the whole nine, right? And I had a really nice little, just basic Weber charcoal grill. Loved it. It's a great grill. And that grill made it to the curb because one day she took the lid off, and there was family of rats under there. She's like, that's it. Where that's it. It's going on the road. And some another one. And I'm like, okay, this is crazy. And we have dogs. And she was like, and even I was like, what the hell? Like, we have dogs. You think they'd be scared? But now you're saying, so the attractant is in the urine. Do they have the same like pheromone base of in
Yes,
their
their format,
urine?
like I said, is like almost like 99.999%
So even
match.
that, so like even that, even if they're, not only are they very smart and they're mammals and all that, but even their urine is really what's making this all possible.
Oh yes, it's definitely what's making it all possible.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, we have 2 dogs, and one of them is like, he's mostly pit bull. He's very sweet, and he has about 10 other breeds in him. And about a month ago, I went out to, we're outside, and I was like, oh, I've got to run in real quick. And I came in, and I was like over here by the sink, and all of a sudden, one of the dogs, Love, comes in, and I'm like, "Where's your brother? You never come in without him. Like, it's a package, like he's usually first." I go back out, and he is up just off the porch throwing around a rat that he caught and killed, and was just having the time of his life.
Wow.
And I was like, holy crap. And I'm thinking disease like leptospirosis, and because that's huge in rats from their urine. And I'm like, oh my God, don't eat it. And but he's like, I'm like, okay, come on, buddy, let's start training. After I was like, holy crap, Tony, get over here. And he's like, wee. And I'm like, how am I gonna compare with a rat? I got freeze dried chicken hearts. And I was like, come on, buddy. He's like, oh, okay, let's go train. I was, oh my God. So I was like, you're not going out. Not until
You
we get
know,
rid of that.
I'm actually glad you mentioned that because this is something that a lot of people miss actually thinking about
Hmm.
when talking about poison and using poison for, let's
Yes.
say, a rodent issue. So, like, a lot of companies they offer these boxes that have bait in them, right? Like
Hmm.
this poison. And what happens is the rats, and so this box is supposed to protect, it's pet safe because the dogs can get into it. But when the rats get into it, they eat it and then they go and then they die somewhere. And then the dog, like you said, starts playing with it in his
Yeah,
mouth. And now the dog somehow gets poisoned.
that's right. That
And
was
so and so
a
that's what people
fear.
don't think about. They're like, yeah, that's
Mhm.
safe. And I was
Yep.
just telling a friend of mine yesterday who told me, listen, I have this poison, and I've been seeing this rat in the garage. I said, listen, first of all, no matter what, I don't know why you have this poison with your dog. Get rid of it. He's like,
Right.
yeah, I got it for free from my pest control guy. He said it's safe. I said, what is it safe for? If
Right.
you have a dog, you shouldn't have it. He's like, okay, I'll get rid of it,
Yeah.
and he got rid of it. But like,
That's
yeah, it's like
amazing.
a no. And another big thing is like they can, eat the poison and then go die in the wall. And
Right.
then
Oh,
and
yeah. And it
and then you have
stinks.
another problem is that now you have a dead carcass, and after the smell and the flies and the maggots are gone, great, but you still have something dead in your walls.
I
So
know.
just poison is just really bad. It's really, really bad. It's just really bad for wildlife. It's just bad for anything. I don't know why it was invented, but it's not a solution. They've been using this for thousands of years.
I know.
And the
I
problem
know.
is only getting worse because, if these rats are smart. They're not gonna go for it. They learn from like things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what the behavior, I do dog training that's evidence based. So it's based on things that, Skinner, BF Skinner did, and Pavlov, and they used rats. in their, development of like operant conditioning and, or clicker training and, classical training also. And you're like, they used rats. They're
Well,
smart.